Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cole Memo. This is going to be a quick one today because life just threw me a couple of nasty curveballs. I hope you're all having a good Friday. I hope mine gets better. We're going to keep this quick. We were going to have a surprise guest today, but because of the curveballs I've been thrown, I have told them let's reschedule. But I will say, going to be an awesome guest, awesome conversation when we can make that happen. If just real quick, if you're catching this later and wondering how to tune in live, the best way is to head to colememo.com/YouTube. So if you missed this live stream, go to colememo.com/YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you never miss a stream. This podcast is also available for streaming on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcasting platforms. And the only thing I'm going to talk about today, because of the curveball I've been thrown, is Senate Bill 42. In case you didn't know, Senate Bill 42 would eliminate the requirement that cannabis be stored in an odor-proof container while still requiring it to be kept in a sealed, child-resistant container. So it would just remove that odor-proof requirement. The bill does not change existing DUI laws. Driving under the influence remains illegal. It also maintains the rule that cannabis must be out of reach while a vehicle is on the road, preventing access by both drivers and passengers. The law currently treats the transportation of cannabis in a non-odor-proof container as a Class A misdemeanor. So like I say, I've got good news on this bill, but I'll be right back after this message to tell you about that news.
Here in the Midwest, growing amazing food isn't just a hobby, it's who we are. And that's why we created Envy Plant Foods. Whether you're working on a farm or starting a backyard garden, growing hot peppers for sandwiches, or cool lettuce for a chopped salad, Envy has the perfect plant food for you. Blended in Illinois since 1962. Support the Cole Memo and save. Get 10% off fertilizer for your wheat garden at envyplantfoods.com with code CHILL10. Plus, an additional 10% of your order will go to the Cole Memo to help fund the show. Again, that's envyplantfoods.com.
All right. Yes. Check out Envy Plant Foods, my home growers. Again, I hope you're all having a good Friday. Unfortunately, this show isn't going to be as long as or as great as I thought it would, but I've got some breaking news that I do have to share with you with regard to Senate Bill 42, which, in case you're just tuning in now, it would remove that odor-proof container requirement. It would make it so that police cannot search your vehicle solely on the basis of cannabis odor. They would have to take in the totality of circumstances, for lack of better words. As a quick reminder, Senate Bill 42 recently passed the Senate thanks to the support that you all gave the bill. And now Senate Bill 42 needs to go through a House committee, then the House, and it would be at the governor's desk to be signed into law if the governor so chooses. I don't understand why he wouldn't, but it's a possibility. To show your support for the bill, I need you to go to colememo.com/odorproof. That's colememo.com/ODORPROOF and file a witness slip before this Tuesday, April 29th at 4 p.m. If you're not sure how to file a witness slip, no worries. Those instructions can be found at colememo.com/odorproof. You should also reach out to your House representatives to let them know that you support the bill. This is like one of the last final things that we have to do. And I'm hoping that this will be the last time I have to ask you to file a witness slip on this issue. Since I've sent out a few call to actions on this already, a common question I get is, Cole, I filed a witness slip last time. Do I need to do it again? The answer is yes. This bill is scheduled to be heard, like I said, on April 29th at 4 p.m., and it needs as much support as possible to move forward. So I've covered this topic extensively with legal professionals on my podcast. I've written about it at colememo.com, and I've detailed the issue in my mini documentary, which you can watch now at colememo.com/minidoc. I've even interviewed the senator that wrote the legislation to fix this issue. I'll link some of my, actually, if you want to check out some of the work that I've done on this topic, that can also be found at colememo.com/odorproof. My interview with the senator was first released at colememo.com/Patreon, which I do. There's actually a really hot new episode on colememo.com/Patreon. It's a debate between somebody that sells hemp. Sorry, it's not a debate. It's two conversations I had with somebody that I connected with that sells hemp, another one that I connected with that has a dispensary, and they've got, let's say, a slight disagreement. So yeah, check that out. That's at colememo.com/Patreon, colememo.com/Patreon. It's just $3 a month to become a member. Members get access to episodes before they release to the public. And I'll just say that as a quick heads up, if you're on an Apple device, I recommend signing up from a computer or a non-Apple device, because Apple adds extra fees on top of the very fair price of $3 a month. I feel like it's a pretty fair price for first access to my content. So that's not ideal, but big tech always wants their cut. And like I said, all episodes released first on colememo.com/Patreon. It does cost a lot to do this show, between licensing fees, the cost of travel, the cost of equipment, and more. This show is brought to you by listeners like you. And if Patreon's not your thing, you can make a one-time monthly or yearly contribution at colememo.com/support. And if you can't support the show financially, that is totally fine. One of the best ways to help this show is by smashing that like button, sharing the show with your friends and family, or leaving a positive review from wherever you might be listening from. I would give you a hug if you went over to Apple Podcasts right now or Spotify and gave it a favorable review, or wherever you listen to your podcasts from. But yeah, smashing that like button if you're watching on YouTube right now, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Again, life threw me some really just disgusting, nasty curveballs today. And so I've told my guest that we need to reschedule. I'm really excited, and I'm so sorry. Because you're probably, if you pay attention to Illinois cannabis, you're probably going to recognize this person's name. I've got a great discussion lined up with them. And unfortunately, because of life, I'm going to just have to end the show here. So please, if you support that bill, once again, go to colememo.com/odorproof. You can learn more about the issue at colememo.com/odorproof. And just want to thank you all for your support. Take care.
Beginning January 1st, 2020, the recreational use of cannabis will be legal in the state of Illinois.
Available to stream now, my mini doc dives into the history of Illinois legalization, starting with
January 1st. What should we expect? The biggest thing that we need people to understand is that January 1, in terms of the criminal justice system here in this state, is the end of prohibition.
See how Illinois missed its chance at real cannabis reform with key failures, including the fact that
the program includes regulation on possession limits.
So people can still be arrested for a possession.
And I want to highlight that in its first year of legalized recreational marijuana in the state of Illinois, they arrested 3 times as many black people for possession than any other race.
We've run into so much cannabis, we've run out of places to put it.
I have represented people and taken their cases through the court system who got charged with more serious crimes only because the police said that they smelled cannabis. And not because the police said you have illegal cannabis, or not because you have too much cannabis, or not because you're high on cannabis, but because I can smell it and that's it.
Attorney goes, he understands that he can't be smoking and his cannabis flower shouldn't be open. And I was like, I'd like to say for the record that I was not smoking and my flower was not open.
So that's where we're at right now in Illinois.
Yeah.
And I hope it changes.
start watching now at colememo.com/minidoc.